Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Spirit of Life Alchemy. Today is Saturday, the 20th of July 2024, and today we have Mars changing sign. He's moving from Taurus into Gemini today, and he's going to stay in Gemini through until the 4th of September. So I thought I'd come on, do a reading, a tarot reading, to see what energies are going to happen with Mars in Gemini. So I'm going to use the El Goliath Shadow deck, as I always do for these types of reading, and I'm going to use my enlightenment cards. So let's see, what do we need to know for Mars in Gemini from the 20th of July 2024 until the 4th of September 2024. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance is Spirit going to give? Can Spirit give the collective? Help us navigate these energies for our highest and greatest good. Okay, what do we need to know? Okay, so at the bottom we've got number 20, other lives, subconscious, unconscious patterns. With number 47, higher mind, grace. And number 36, the gift of true love. Oh yes, we'll have a little bit of that. Okay, so other lives. For me, other lives is about sort of how we're unconsciously conditioned, first of all, from our families to be just like our families. Okay, and we all know what happens when you step outside of that and you become the black sheep of the family, the scapegoated daughter. I know that one well. I own it. That's fine. I know what I'm here to do in this life, and I'm just getting on with it. The fact that my family think I'm a bit bonkers is, neither here nor there. They're completely entitled to their opinions. Anyway, so other lives, yeah, all the conditioning, the expectations of us, okay, how we people please, how we repress parts of ourselves so that we're accepted by other people. And that starts off early in childhood, okay, to be loved, because if we act out, then sort of that love is withdrawn from us often. It can also be how we are in relationships. It can be how we are in our work environment. Okay, it's all the ways we behave to keep ourselves safe, even to people please, to make sure we fit in. And in that, we bury our true, authentic self and all the wonderful gifts that our authentic self has for us. Okay, how we change that is higher mind. Okay, which, sort of, I was smiled when that came out, because Gemini is all about the mind and everything. Mars has just had a conjunction with Uranus, which is the higher dimensions of mind, the higher mind. And so Mars is entering Gemini with this awakening. Okay, we're going to be able to see sort of where we've been conditioned, where we're living these other lives and not living for ourselves. Okay, and then once we see it, it helps us to then bring in more authenticity of ourselves. Okay, and the gift, true love. No, I'm not seeing that as relationships. I'm seeing that as learning to love yourself, because the first person you have to love is yourself. You have to love yourself back to life. And I think Mars in Gemini from these cards is going to give us another step in that direction. It's always an ongoing journey with all the planets playing their part, but there could be stuff coming up while Mars is in Gemini to help us do that. So let's do some cards and see what the cards want to tell us. See, what do we need to know for Mars in Gemini? I'm just letting it how dark it's just gone outside. It's just started to rain again. Anybody in the UK will know what I'm on about. Have you ever known such a wet, rainy summer? I think summer for us this year was 5 days a week. Well, I was down in Bristol a few weeks ago, dog sitting. And we had the most amazing, wonderful weather. And I think that was summer because it feels very autumnal now. So, yeah, more rain. I've never known such a rainy year. Anyway, back to the reading. So, let's see, what do we need to know? Hopefully, it still looks light on there. It looks light on my camera. It's just, I feel it's sort of getting dark in here. Hopefully I'll get this reading done if I shut up long enough before I have to turn any lights or anything on. So let's get going. So what do we need to know for Mars in Gemini from the 20th of July until the 4th of September 2024? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate these energies for our highest and our greatest good? What do we need to know? Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles, the Father of Roses. We've got the Page of Swords, the sword-bearing sister. Yep. We have the Knight of Wands, the Brother of the Wild. And we have the Sacred Heart, the heart and soul of Goliath. With the Six of Pentacles, the Sacred White Scale Ball. So the clarifiers, what have we got? Four of Swords, the Sacred Space. With the Three of Swords, a bleeding raw heart. Okay, so that's what we're healing. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, the patient weaver. What's going on in the subconscious? We've got the Empress, the alchemical mother. We've got the Hierophant, the Master of Keys. We've got the World, the Sacred Circle. We've got Temperance, the Pond of Balance. Let me just put my glasses on. It's getting between the darkness and my fading eyesight. I need my glasses on. Okay, we've got the hidden inner strength, the Shadow Cat, and the Ten of Cups, the Joyous Sky. Joyous Sky. The Three of Cups, the Trinity Triangle. The Lovers, the alchemical heart. Knight of Pentacles, the Aztec, Hawk Warrior, and the Ace of Wands. Oh, and we have Justice as well. That one. Yeah. Okay, so we've got some big energies. There's a lot going on. But it's all good. It feels all good. Let me just bring these round. Especially in the subconscious, there's a lot going on. So how many cards have we got? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are major arcana cards. We've got an Ace of Wands, and we've got one of the extra cards that are in this deck. Okay, so there's big stuff coming up from the subconscious during this Mars in Gemini time. Okay, it's healing work. So where we find ourselves, we've got the King of Pentacles here, the Father of Roses. Okay, so Kings for me are the cardinal energy. So cardinal earth is Capricorn energy. As we go into this, into Mars being in Gemini on the 20th, on the 21st we've got the full moon in Capricorn. So what are you working on? What are you wanting to create? What are you wanting to put your passion into? What do you want to create from your core? When you let go of all the conditioning, other people's expectations, when you connect into who you truly are, okay, what do you want to create and build? And this is about you as a person. Who are you? Because we build ourselves first. Okay, it has to be, as we're disengaging from other people's expectations and conditioning and things like that, the other lives, and we take back our lives, we start creating our lives and building our lives. Okay, we start playing with the energies, we play with ourselves. We become the work of art first of all, as we create the new story, the new narrative. Gemini is very much about narrative and story. Communicating and learning who we are as well is what I'm getting through. So the King of Pentacles is asking us, who are we building? Okay, what's going into the past? The energy that's leaving, we've got the Page of Swords, the sword-bearing sister. What are we cutting away? Because that's the big part of it. We have to let go of stuff. We have to cut away what no longer serves. Okay, release it, whether that's cord cutting, or, you know, sort of whatever spiritual work you're doing. We're just unhooking all that stuff from other people. Okay, that's the first step. Then our foundation is the Knight of Cups here, the brother of the wild. Okay, and I love this card. It's a wolf howling, calling in the tribe, calling in the like-minded people, calling in those people that resonate on the same vibration as you. The Knight of Cups, mutable water, Pisces energy, calling in messages from spirit, calling in our soul tribes, calling in those people that we really connect to. Okay, so even just setting that intention, that of transformation, cutting away what we don't need, it opens up space for the new to come in. Okay, so we're howling in and calling in our tribe. Okay. Message from spirit, we've got the Sacred Heart, the heart and soul of Goliath. And so maybe we're calling in our heart and soul, calling it back into us. Okay, because we've made space for it. We've made a space for it to bloom and blossom. I love the roses in this heart. I love roses. Those of you that have watched me, been with me for a while, will know that I'm an aromatherapist, and I love rose oil. There's just something just so exquisite about it. Its vibration, its energy, it's just the way it resonates, and it's raw. I love it. So when I see roses, it takes me to that place of unconditional love. So we've got roses on the crown of the King of Pentacles, and crystals and moths. This is metamorphosis. This is transformation. Okay. Calling in our soul tribe. Maybe calling back our soul retrieval. Calling ourselves back together. Calling our heart and soul back in. Then what we're moving into is the Six of Pentacles, the sacred white scale ball. Reciprocity. One, being open to receive. Okay, so when we start off these journeys, you know, sort of, the universe will check in, source will check in to see if we're open to receiving. Because as soon as we set that intention, as soon as we make the decision to do the work, straight away the universe wants to come in and help us. Source wants to help us. Like, finally, we come on, give. But we have to be open to receive. So lesson 1 is being open and receiving back parts of ourselves, receiving the love and the abundance of the universe, of source, being open to receive love. Some of us can have a hard time accepting love, accepting compliments. It's an art and a skill to learn to open that up, especially if you're walking away from the criticisms and conditionings of the family, of other, and reclaiming yourself. Because it's in all likelihood you're going to be criticised, you're going to be scapegoated. There'll be other people that you make uncomfortable because you're changing. Okay, so be open to receive. The clarifiers. We've got the 4 of Swords here. The sacred space. You're being asked to create a sacred space for yourself, okay, where you can love yourself back to life. Because what we're healing is the bleeding raw heart, our own bleeding raw heart. We're healing it from that to that. Okay, so 3 of Swords. So to do that, we need to create a place of retreat, a safe space, a place where we feel safe to open ourselves up and be receptive to heal that heart. And then we've got the 8 of Pentacles, the patient weaver. So we're weaving ourselves a new story, a new narrative, a new life. And that takes time, and it takes compassion, it takes gentleness, and it takes love, and it takes becoming conscious and considered about what we want our new life to be like. How do I want my life to be? What do I want to create in it? And so we start thinking consciously about what we're wanting to weave in. And we slowly weave that new life together. I'm also noticing the moths and the cocoons and things like that. It's a journey of metamorphosis. Okay, now we don't have the death card on the table, which is the big metamorphosis. Okay, but this is a metamorphic journey. That's why we've got so much major arcana going on in the subconscious. Okay, so let's dive into the subconscious and see what's going on. So we've got the Empress, the alchemical heart, the divine mother, the divine feminine, loving ourselves back to life, allowing the divine feminine to love us back to life. You know, as humans, we've all got our faults, and our parents, although they did the best they could and everything, they've got their faults. Well, what I found really useful to do is I tune into and connect to the divine feminine and the divine masculine as my divine parents, with their unconditional love. They're the parents that we wished we could have had. You know, and it helps in that, it helps to heal all our wounds. Okay, so connecting into the divine mother, and then the alchemical heart. Then we've got the Hierophant, the Master of Keys. And as soon as I turn this card over, the message I got was, we all have our own keys, and we're all our own master of keys. We can unlock all of this anytime we choose to. Okay, the time is now. And the Hierophant for me calls on us to become our own inner guru, inner spiritual guide, inner teacher. And we do that by having a spiritual practice. We have 1 foot in the 5D, in the spiritual realms, 1 foot in the 3D, in the physical realms, and we become the rainbow bridge connecting spirit and matter for ourselves. And we tune in and we listen, and we hear the voice of spirit, we hear our inner higher self, our spiritual allies, and they give us the keys and to unlock the heart and to do the journey. And the journey is, we're completing something. We've got the world card here, the sacred circle even. And life is endless cycles and circles and beginnings and endings. We're opening up a new chapter as we're writing the new story. Okay, maybe we're finishing an old book, an old soul book. Maybe you're up in the Akashic records, you know, sort of changing the story, bringing a chapter to an end, and starting a new chapter. With that, we've got the Temperance card, the Pond of Balance. Okay. The pond of balance. Temperance is coming to balance inside, balancing our divine masculine and our divine feminine, being balanced, middle path, not going to extremes, but staying centered and balanced, being in harmony with ourselves, but also with the journey, because it'll throw up some curveballs for you, you can guarantee. Okay, then we've got the hidden inner strength, the shadow cat. Okay, so in this card, we've got this little cat sat here, but when we look at the shadow it's casting, it's a big cat. Okay, we all think we're little pussy cats, but actually when we tap in, we are big wild cats. We go down and connect with our shadow and find that inner wild cat that is just waiting to bear gifts for us. Okay, when we take control of and start living consciously and letting go of other people's conditions and expectations. Okay, we get our wildness back, which leads us to the 10 of Cups, the joyous sky. Emotionally, we get to the place where we're living over the rainbow in the land of happy ever after. Joyous, peaceful, wonderful. But before we can manifest it into the physical world, we have to raise our vibration, our energy to that place, live it emotionally and psychologically and spiritually and energetically, so that we can then, we're on the same vibration as it in the physical world, and we can attract it to us. So it's doing the work, and that's a call to celebration, the 3 of Cups. We've got the Trinity triangle here. So, you know, that could be a triangle, could be water, it could be fire, it could be, you know, anything. So it could be any direction. But what I'm getting for this, and the reason I carried on after the 10 of Cups, was that, you know, celebrate this journey, this new story, this new chapter, leading on to the Lovers, which is the alchemical heart. Again, we're coming back to this heart, what we're creating, the true love, loving ourselves back to life. With the Knight of Pentacles, so mutable Earth, which is Virgo energy, we're coming back to the self-love, the self-care, slowly, step by step, one step at a time, one day at a time, slowly transforming ourselves into the new us. With the Ace of Wands, the divine gift of fire and spirit and power and energy. Okay, we're sparking our creativity in this. As we do this, as we come back to self, oh my God, it sparks so much energy and passion and empowerment with us. And we finish off with the Justice card, the Doves of Equality. For me, justice is about sort of karmic readjustment and things like that. What is there to say? Justice is served. Okay, we become who we're here to be. So let's just lastly get a Art of the Sacred Wheel card just to sum up this reading. But it's like powerful times. I'm looking forward to Mars in Gemini. It's the first time Mars has been in Gemini since it had its retrograde, excuse me, in Gemini. Was it last December? October to December? No, it would have been 22 going into 23. Because when Mars gets to Leo, Mars is going to have a retrograde in Leo this year. So this feels like that's what we're preparing for. So anyway, back to this. So I've just drifted off thinking little calculations in my head. Anyway, let's get back to the reading. Let's have a Art of the Sacred Wheel card to add to this journey, see what we need to know. So let's see, what do we need to know for Mars transiting Gemini from the 20th of July 2024 until the 4th of September 2024. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective? Help us navigate this energy for our highest and our greatest good. Let's see, what do we need to know? (32) Devotion. Serve the love that's here. Keeps going back to love, to true love, to the sacred heart, the alchemical mother, the alchemical heart. Going back to heart and soul. Just want to see what that one was. Stillness speaks. That's where we find it. Go into the quietude. Okay, we have to take time out of our daily lives to find a spiritual practice that works for us, and show up and do it every day, because that's when sort of everything we need comes through to us. I'm going to take that one as well. Number 7, initiation, resting into the unseen. That's the metamorphosis, that's the transformation. Okay, so exciting, magical times. I hope you're looking forward to Mars in Gemini as well. So anyway, I hope this reading resonated for you. If it has, as always, please do like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then email me at the email address below the video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful Mars in Gemini, and until next time, from the bottom of my heart, in deep love and gratitude to you all, thank you for watching. Does it want me to go?